Jamie Cote with Sheldon Good and Company. Sheldon Good and Company is one of the nation's leading real estate auction firm. We've been around for about 40 years and have done auctions such as this all over the country. We are based here in Chicago as well as even in New York, so you may have heard of us around town. But I want to welcome you to Motor Row Lofts, and the purpose of this presentation today is basically to explain the process of how to view the units, how to participate in the auction, what's going to happen at the auction, and how the bidding works. 95% of the people at an auction have never been there before. So, have any of you been to a real estate auction? Yep. Yep. Okay. A Sheldon Good one? You've been through this? Okay. We do the bidding a little differently, and I'll explain why in a couple of minutes. Seller is selling 20 of the 28 condos that are available. He's guaranteeing to sell 8 at a minimum bid, which is stated in the sheet that you have in front of you. You're going to ask which 8 they are, and I'll go through that in a minute. So, but in a nutshell, all of them will be available at that price, but I'll get to that in a minute. The auction's November 15th. It's at the Hyatt McCormick Place, which is just a block and a half east of here. Registration begins at 11. The auction starts at 12. In order to bid at auction day, you need to attend an open house, which you're doing now. Purchase a bidder's information packet, which we have here. It's $20. And what's in that packet is everything you'll need to know about the property in order to bid. Because at the auction, the contract, there aren't any contingencies other than a financing contingency. If you use our lender, you don't have an attorney review period and inspection period like a standard contract. So we provide you all that information ahead of time, and that enables us to sell it without all those contingencies. So that's why you need to get the information ahead of time to review it to make sure you're comfortable with what you're purchasing. Also, in order to bid, you'll need a certified or cashier's check made out to River West Title, and that'll be in the information. But the check amount is on the availability list that you have in front of you. There's a different check amount for the different units that are available. That check you'll hold on to when you come to the auction, but if you are a winning bidder and you come forward to sign the contract, you'll then turn that over, and it will be your initial earnest money. We do have some exciting news. The project was just approved for FHA financing, so you can purchase for as little as 3.5% down, and we just got that approval this morning. So a little bit about how the also to come to the auction, you need your yellow registration form that you have when you signed in here today. That will speed up the registration process. When you come in, there'll be a line, and you'll hand over your registration, show your check, sign it. Come into the room, they'll do a practice round of bidding to make sure you're comfortable with how the auction here sounds, and then it'll all get started. The whole process shouldn't take more than an hour and a half. The first 20-30 minutes are all just the legal terms of sale and stuff, but it will start at 12. The bidding shortly thereafter. Next question, what everyone wants to know, is how the bidding works. And the best way to explain buyer's choice bidding is to explain how we used to bid properties and why we don't anymore. And what used to happen in an auction like this is we would bid them one by one, like you might imagine when you came here how we often. So we might start with 301, then 302, then 303. And what we found was, when people come to a property like this, you'll have a list of available units, and you may like 6 of them, and you'll have a price range that you want to spend. But those 6 units, there's 30 different floor plans here, but a lot of them are pretty similar, so you might not be picky about which ones you want. But say you like 6 units in that order, 1 through 6, and say you want to spend $300,000. Well, if we start with number 3, which is your third favorite, and the bidding goes to $275, and it's $275, it's holding at $275, you have the chance to bid at $275. It's the first property offer. You bid or do you wait? Well, you wait, okay. So you don't bid, then you don't get it at $275, then property 1 comes up, and it goes for $325. And property 2 comes up, and it goes for $330. Then you don't have a home, because you waited on the first one. And if you were to bid, and then the other ones go for lower, then you're going to be mad because you think you overpaid for something that you wanted. So what we came up with was a buyer's choice bidding method. What we do is we pool all the units together, which is why sometimes it's referred to as pooled unit bidding. So, for example, we would put all the 2 bedrooms on the board, or a group of similar priced units, and we open up the bidding at $180,000, which is the lowest minimum bid for the 2-bedroom units, and the bidding goes to whatever it might go. Say $250 for argument's sake. Now, $250, it's within your price range. All your units are on the board. You're the high bidder at $250. Which unit do you want? You pick number 1. So you got your favorite unit within your price range. We come and say congratulations. Well, first you're the high bidder, so we say congratulations. Which unit do you want? You pick number 1. There'll be a big board like this up on a PowerPoint. It won't be this small, and then it'll have the actual unit number. Just have to tell people that so they're confusing enough. 1 goes over to sold, then they immediately start another round of bidding. So you come up forward, you come to the front, sign the contract, and then another round starts at 180, goes to whatever it goes to, and the next person, gets to choose. So you're bidding on the right to choose which unit you want. Now what the seller's guaranteed to do is offer 8 rounds. He's guaranteed to sell a unit, sell 8 rounds of bid. That's where the 8 come in. So which is it going to be? It's whatever you want to choose. So, for instance, he might offer the 2 bedrooms for 4 rounds, then pull them all off, and then offer the 3 bedrooms. So if you want to make sure that you get a condo, you have to bid in the early rounds to make sure you get what you want. After the 8th round, the properties will be offered with reserve, and he won't have to sell properties. The reserve means they reserve the right to accept or reject. As far as the bidder's kit, what's in there is the availability list, which you have, the property report, condominium documents, title commitment, purchase and sale agreement, which you'll sign at the auction, financing information, like I said, anything and everything you'll need to know, home builder's warranty information, everything is in there regarding the property that we have available. So if there's something in there that you think you should have that's not there, let us know and we'll provide it to you. But we're pretty sure that everything's in there. Now this property does qualify for the historical tax assessment freeze, and what that is the taxes are frozen at the assessed value of what the property was assessed at before the developer came in and did all this construction. So it's assessed at I think the tax bill is like $40,000 for all 50 units for the year. So that gets divided up by the percentage that each unit owns, and those prices are designated on the list. So it ranges from $43 to, I don't know, like $78 a month. So your tax bills are about 10% of what you would normally pay. That lasts for 8 years, as long as you're residing in the unit. After the 8th year, then your taxes will go up. The assessed value will go up 25% a year for 3 years, and in the 4th year you'll be back to the full assessed value. That only applies to the resident unit, so units you're going to live in. If you're buying as an investor, there's separate tax incentives, which are it's a federal historic property tax program where essentially all the money the developer put into it, if you buy as an investor, you'll get a credit on your income tax to offset your income, and it's a set amount, and we have a sheet that lists all those amounts if you're interested in that. We can provide that to you, but you should talk to your accountant about how it precisely applies to you. But the amounts are set, so it ranges. The most expensive unit with the most expensive parking would be $91,000, and that's not going to vary on what you pay for it because those percentages have already been designated. While I mentioned parking, there is a parking spot available for every property that's sold at the auction. It's just going to be at the price designated on this list, which is also on your form. So we're not going to bid the prices. Basically, if you win, you say I want unit 206. We say which parking spot do you want. You pick it, and that price just gets added on to your contract.